Hello everyone, thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. There is an update regarding the death of the billionaire Micheal Usifo, who was killed by a young lady. And like we all know from the video I had posted previously, the lady who actually killed him was arrested by the DSS sent from Abuja by the wife of the late Micheal. And right now, this lady is here narrating how the whole incident happened. There is a video of her own confession, which I'll be leaving behind right after this conversation. So you're going to hear directly from her. Also, the Lagos State Police Command has arrested this lady and she was paraded today. And come to think of it, guys, can you imagine that this lady is just 21 years old? A 21 years old carried out this horrible act of killing Mr. Micheal Usifo Ataga. That's the chief executive officer of Super TV, and he was also a director in Super Network Limited. This girl just wasted this man's life in one day. And Ataga, who resides in Banana Island, was reported missing as of Sunday, that was 13th of June 2021. So briefly, let me just restate what had transpired for those of you that are just hearing this for the first time. And it was observed that he never returned home that Sunday. So his friends and his family, they were all worried. Usually you'll be worried. Your friend or your family member left the house, no word from him or her, and the person didn't even say I wouldn't come back. Nothing, was expected to be back, but unfortunately he didn't come back to his home in Banana Island, and he didn't even turn up for his work at his Victoria Island office, and that brought a lot of suspicion because that was unlike him. And to make matters worse, all efforts to reach Ataga, who would have turned 50 years old on June 18, 2021, proved abortive. Also, this caused a lot of distress to his wife and children who live in Abuja. She is working there. She is a manager in NNPC. So she resides in Abuja with the kids while he is in Lagos and resides in Banana Island. But unfortunately, this was very, very sad. All they could find eventually was his lifeless body. On Friday, June, that was the exact date for him to turn 50 years old, in a flat in Lekki Phase 1 with multiple stab wounds. How terrible and how painful do you think that this kind of an incident would look like before his own family? You've been looking for your husband, your father, and all to come and see that he is dead. And to see how he died, it's very painful. You would know that this particular man went through pains before he died. And this is the young lady who is just 21 years old, carried out this horrible acts on this man. After all investigation, remember the wife had sent DSS and other investigative officers all the way from Abuja to come down to Lagos to investigate and ensure that they get to the root of the matter, and that was what brought a prompt response. They eventually located this lady and they were able to trace her and they got her arrested, and that's why she was paraded today, because what this lady did is something that is unimaginable. For you as a human being to treat your fellow human being like this person is something else. The lady's name is Chidima Adora Ojukwu, and she was picked by the police at her parents' home in Alagbomeji, Lagos, Nigeria. And she was actually paraded to show the whole world, to show everybody that this is the person that committed this evil crime. And Chidima said she was introduced to late Ataga by her friend 4 months ago. She also mentioned that on the day of the incident, she told her parents that she was going for an ushering job, but instead she went to meet with Mr. Ataga so they could have some fun. And narrating her own side of the story, she said while they were in their apartment that they were taking drugs. Can you hear what a girl of 21 years old is even into? At her age, she is already into drugs. This is a student who is supposed to be thinking of how to come out with either a first class or a very good result while thinking of graduating. All she's thinking of is how to make herself look good, how to appear before men, and worst of all, into drugs. And that they took the drug, she said the name of the drug is Loud and SK. This is unimaginable. And that in the course of taking those drugs and whatever they had taken, that they had an argument. And when this argument started, she got exhausted and decided that she was going to sleep. But according to her, she said Mr. Ataga wanted her to sleep with him that same night, but she refused and said she was actually tired. And all because to her, she was not ready to have anything with him that night, but that he insisted, and that was when she stabbed him twice before she fled the apartment. Does this story even sound real? It sounds like something she has arranged to narrate, and a lot of things are missing from this her words. She even said that she withdrew just 380,000 from his account with the intention of using it to pay her school fees. This lady is still lying even after being caught red-handed. Meanwhile, as of that last week, funds were withdrawn from his account. Several amounts of money was taken away from Mr. Ataga's account. And that was what prompted GTP to request for a change of account detail. And the person who was initiating that withdrawal stopped immediately because they couldn't change the information in his account. And GTP immediately had to put an embargo on that particular account so that to block any flow of cash into or out of that account. And now this lady is claiming that it was just 380,000 naira that she withdrew from his account. Meanwhile, what was discovered in this lady's account was 10 million. And she is denying that that 10 million, that account doesn't belong to her. So who does the account belong to in your name? Then all the several withdrawals that was made, where did it go to? And who was making it? Guys, if you want to analyze this, if you could go back to the previous video that I had posted about the late Ataga's incident, the lady had stabbed him on the neck, on the chest, and on his thigh. Someone who would carry out this kind of an act, don't you think he was under duress for him to provide his account detail? First, she said they took drugs. So how come you took drugs? She didn't go weak with the drug, but he was weak for her to overpower a man who is an amateur boxer. This girl is too small compared to the man. Then the question will be, the drug, was it taken by the man alone? And the drug she took, was it the same drug the man took? If it was the same drug, how come she had the strength to stab him and he didn't have the strength to fight or defend himself? Right now, she is claiming it is self-defense. How would you refer to this as self-defense when a huge man and a strong man as he is known could not defend himself? Then you overpowered him. This is looking dicey. This lady is still lying even after you've been caught red-handed. And secondly, any human being who will carry out a horrible act like this, it's not her first time. If this lady is claiming that she did this out of self-defense, all right, fine. You stabbed him the first one on his neck, and you saw that this person was already losing blood. If it's not your first time or you're trying to do it in self-defense, you would have called the ambulance, you would have called either 911, you would have called on people to come and help so as to revive him, and then you would narrate your own part of the story. But she stabbed on the neck, she went ahead, stabbed on the chest, and stabbed on the thigh. Don't you think that this was when she was actually forcing him to bring out his account details, because already this man was weak from the drug she gave him? And it's so obvious that the drug she took, if she actually took a drug as she claimed, might be different from what she gave to Mr. Ataga. Probably she overdosed him, or she put in something for him in his drink and he took it unknown to him that it was already drugged. Because this guy seemed like someone who was already weak and he was overpowered by this single girl. They claimed that no other person came into the apartment, it was just the guy and the girl, and then the third party who came did not go in, was the dispatch guy who brought the drugs that she had used. From all indication, this girl has done something like this before, or she has either killed someone before and gone away with it. A novice in a game of killing would not stab someone like this. You would even be scared holding the knife alone, even taking it close to the person. Your hand will start shaking and you won't be able to do it. But someone who would have the mind to stab someone, you watch the person in pain until the person died, that person is a horrible human being. And come to think of it, why do you kill the man? Was there any point of killing this man? If you should ask, okay, you are dating this man. You claim you knew him 4 months ago. You can't tell me that all the while you guys have been together, you've not been sleeping with him. And it didn't look like he dragged her into the car. She left her parents' house and went to meet him. And they both went to the apartment where they had already rented, because he said he was the one who rented the apartment for her. But later the information is coming in today that she was the one who paid for the apartment. He gave her the money and she paid for it. Fine. You now had to carry this man. You went with him inside. It was consensual. It's not like you were forced. It was a mutual agreement for both of you to be together. So why kill him if she didn't have an ulterior motive? This is someone that you would want to see again, over and over again, according to her, that end a relationship. Then if she didn't have evil plans, she wouldn't have killed this man. The best she would have done is either she said she is leaving that night, or she go into another separate place to stay. But she decided to kill this man, and then several withdrawals were coming out of his account. So who is she trying to play now? Because when she had already drugged this man and he was weak, the only way she can get information about his account details was by giving him pain, infringing those pains on him, and making him to talk, making him to initiate all those withdrawals. And then she even left ATM card and also his iPhone. This lady planned this thing neatly. This was what she planned in her mind when she was leaving her house. Like I said, this lady might have been doing this thing for some time and she was not caught, and she felt she would always get away with it. But unfortunately for her, that didn't happen like that. It's so sad that this lady decided to take this man's life away from his family. Fine, we'll now put the path on the man as well. You're already married, you're having an affair with another girl. That was the wrong path, or the wrong thing he actually did. But let's look at it critically too. This man is late, he can't speak for himself. It's just what we're hearing from this lady. As of last week, it was said that this guy knew this lady for just 2 weeks. And she is now saying she had known him for 4 months. Another thing, she said he was stalking her. So she's mixing a whole lot of things together, trying to make it seem like, yes, she was forced. Someone you knew for 4 months, you've been with him for 4 months. How come you say he was stalking you, so you decided to just go with him? And you said a friend introduced you to him. So there are a lot of things that this lady is really not saying. It's clear that this was a setup for this man. Fine, he may have been dating this lady, but notwithstanding, this lady had set him up, and it's clear that this lady might have set him up with some other persons, not just her alone. Some other people that actually knew him might have also set him up. And you see that she even paid the apartment guy. So that man is also involved in his killing. And however he came into the picture, they will get to find out, because right now she has been arrested. And you know, for such kind of crime, mother, this is spending the rest of your life in jail. Look at how this young girl has embarrassed her parents. Imagine how her parents will feel when the police came to their house to arrest their daughter. And then she even had the clothes of the blood that she killed him with. And all the stain of blood, she carried it and still went back to her parents' house. And she is claiming that they were struggling with the knife and the knife broke. So there are a whole lot of things that this lady is not seeing. It's just a clear indication that it was a planned thing. She knew she was going to kill the man that day. She already mapped out her strategy, and she did it according to how she has already planned this evil act. And also, the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, Nigeria, that's Mr. Hakim, said that this 21 years old Unilag girl, that's Chidinma Adora Ojukwu, was earlier paraded because the crime that she had committed is a very horrible crime. I know something that you should hide this kind of a person or keep her safe. She has already hurt the family, and obviously you know the wife is already in the picture, and she's going to any length to ensure she gets to the root of this matter. And that's why she's not giving up, and that's why she had to send those DSS all the way from Abuja to Lagos. And a statement that was released by the spokesperson of the State Police Command, that's CSP Adejobi, disclosed a lot of things. He said that a case of murder was transferred from the Morocco division of the command in the State Criminal Investigation Department, Pantiyaba, for discreet investigation. And this lady was even in the house. From that 13 she killed him, she was there up until 15. So this person is a very hardened lady. You killed somebody, you're even staying with a dead body in the room for 2 days, and you were not afraid, nothing. You slept there, woke up, slept there, you're still seeing that same person you killed. It's only a heartless person and someone who has killed before that would do something like this. And how come she walked to the kitchen, picked up the kitchen knife according to her, and then came to stab Mr. Ataga, and he didn't defend himself or stop her? That's to say that this lady had already finished her work on him. He was just like a lifeless man already there but looking, and she had her way and did all she wanted to do and left there immediately. And the commissioner is also saying that there are some other people that are involved in the murder, so she's going to fish them out, but they said at the moment they are all at large. Definitely they will all run away. You can recall that in my previous video I had mentioned it. I said this doesn't look like a murder that was carried out single-handedly. Either she was arranged with, she was brought in by the friends of this guy or someone who knew this guy, or it was an act that she had planned with some other group of people whom she eventually paid or settled after the whole crime had ended. That is another thing here. Ladies, some ladies are just out there to rape men. That's why men should stay away from anybody that is not your wife. Stick to your wife. Because most of these side chicks, they're just out to get what they will get from the man. And once they are done, they are done. Look at how wicked and mean this girl can be. See how she's appearing and presenting herself like an innocent person, but deep down is a wolf. Only someone who has killed a human being before can do something like this to your fellow human being. If she had not killed someone before, When you stab someone the first time, you would even be afraid. You will be shaking. See the person die, you will not want the person to die. Want to make people know that it was a mistake, you didn't do it intentionally. But she stabbed one, stabbed two, stabbed three, stabbed four, and she kept on until she ensured that this man was dead. It's such a pity that he died a painful death like this. And if it was really true that they were into a relationship, which it still seemed very dicey, it's looking like a setup. If they were in a relationship, that was the wrong part of the man for getting himself involved with another girl when he's already married. And this lady, you see a married man, someone else's husband, that's the one you prefer, all because of money. And yet, I'm sure this man must have been giving her money. Greed has killed a lot of people. Greed has made a lot of people do horrible things. If this lady wasn't greedy, I'm sure she would have been patient with this man, knowing that this man will keep on giving her money. Even though she being with a married man is completely wrong. But to avoid killing him, since you're after money, keep on getting your money from him and leave the man to live his life and still be there for his family. But no, you killed him and you took the money. What have you gained? Now she can't even enjoy the money. She will end up spending the rest of her life in jail. Friends, what do you all think about this? Please, if you have anything to say, you could put that down at the comment section. Thank you for coming up today. Please don't forget to hit on the like button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Friends, thank you once again. God bless you all.
It was stopping me. That's how we were both going about. He was stopping me. He even locked the door. It was really key. He locked the door. I didn't know where he kept the key. So when I get to the door, he draw me back. And that was what happened.
Okay, on the police allegedly stabbed me and so what country did you pursue? 3 times.
The first one was both. The first one was twice. The instance, the first one on the left side. That was the first one. And then when I stabbed him the first one twice, I threw the knife on the bed. Then he was going for it while I went for it. So while I laid on the bed, that's when it came on me to hold the knife, and that's when I managed to stab him with the knife. And then when he dragged the knife from me, he managed to slice my hand. And then as he was holding it, the knife broke, so it slipped off from his hand. I still managed to hold to it, but then it was now weak, and then fell on the floor.
Okay, so what did you like? What was it about the first time that you didn't like? What did you do, or what happened?
I was trying to sleep. It was midnight, so we were drunk and we have smoked, so I was already like sleeping, and then I was already sleeping, and then when he came to me, that was what happened. It was violent and all. It was SK loud. How was it?
SK and loud.
Was there weed in the room?
How were you
That's good now. Let's get it.
How were you at
They came to my house, and that's how I spoke.
Okay, do you live with your parents?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, that didn't be about.
Okay, how long have you known this guy and how did you meet him?
Exactly.
I've known him for 4 months, 5 months. I met him through friends.
A friend introduced him to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so how regular do you people see?
Not regular. Not regular.
You were saying he was coming for you.
That was my first time.
I need you to explain that because you know a lot of people do turn that to him another
time. Know what I mean?
Okay, so how long did you guys stay? Did you check in on Sunday? When did he die? Which day did he die? And when did you leave him? And how were you able to escape from the room after killing him, or you just walked away?
Well, while he was lying there, I changed and then I left the room. I looked for the paper where he ate it and I let it go.
So when you escaped, who did you reach out to? Where was the first place you went to?
I didn't reach out to anybody.
So how do you feel when you know that you have killed somebody and you just sneaked out? How do you feel at 21 committing this kind of crime?
What did you do with the ATM later? With this ATM?
I withdrew some money.
How much?
About 280.
Not 5 million.
On confirmed reports have it that in your original account you have about 10 million naira. How did you get such amount of money?
That's not my account.
So how was it traced to you?
It's not
After committing this crime?
I felt a lot. I think because I used to feel
But you didn't find out to anybody. You didn't report that you
I confirmed because I said that after the doing 5 million. No, 5 million was